hopefully stability for Syria and for the whole region. What's happening for the last 5 years is continuation of the bloodshed in the hands of a dictator. Countries like Russia, Iran, and Turkey can unite their forces and convince Assad to shift into a more humane approach and adopt democracy for his people.
Well, the democracy part is something else, but in terms of taking control of his territory, he says he's determined to do that every inch. So what can Turkey say to make that more humane?
Nobody is doubting the territorial integrity of Syria, but we are very much concerned about the bloodshed. That dictator has been bombing his own city, killing innocent people left and right. And the international community has to put a resolute stand to prevent him from doing so.
Mr. Bağış, I hope this doesn't come over as rude, but this is the kind of conversation we could have had 5-6 years ago. We're in a different position now. Bashar al-Assad is determined to take over the rest of his country, and he says those who are stopping him are terrorists.
Well, we have been giving the same message for the last 5-6 years, and because they weren't very much taken seriously, we ended up losing so many lives. And there are more than 3.5 million Syrians who have found refuge in Turkey. We did not turn anyone down until today. And if there was an offensive against Idlib, we're afraid that a new wave of migration might be pushing on us. That's why we're very much concerned. That's why Turkish military twice conducted operations into Syria to prevent the bloodshed from taking over and to prevent terrorist organizations like YPG from taking control.
If there is an all-out assault on Idlib, if Bashar al-Assad does what he says he'll do, which is to take back the territory, and the implication is at whatever cost, then what would be the pressure on Turkey, where already there are millions of refugees?
As I said, we've been spending more than $35 billion on 3.5 million refugees that have fled from Syria. And we have been very successful to serve in a way as a bumper zone between EU and Syria. So we've been trying to take care of the needs of these people. And if there was an offensive against Idlib, we're afraid more than 500,000 people might end up at the Turkish borders. And it might come to a point where Turkey can no longer handle the pressure of these millions of people who want to go to Europe. And then this is going to be a much bigger problem for EU countries and for the Western allies of Turkey.